What's going on, guys? This is Alexis Taranto. In this video, I'm going to explain the importance of company culture regarding sales reps in a roofing company. All right. So I don't know how you guys built your business, but at least me, when I first started off, I didn't really care about company culture. And I know a lot of roofing companies who do not care about company culture. And I get it, right? In the beginning, it sounds like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, and you're just like, oh, this is stupid. Let's just bring in money. Who cares about culture or whatever? And I thought the same thing. And a lot of roofing companies thought the same thing. But what happens is everything goes well until it doesn't. You get one guy who's a company cancer and he affects everyone else. And now your business is slowly collapsing. And that's something that you do not want. So, in order to prevent that, you do have to build a company culture. So, let's get into it on the importance of why doing it and what will happen if you don't do it. Okay, so company culture shapes how employees interact with clients, how they handle challenges, and how they contribute to an organization's mission. So, for roofing companies, having a positive, value driven culture in the sales department is key, not only for the team morale, but also for the company's long term success and, more importantly, their reputation. Because I'm sure you guys understand that name comes before money, especially when building a business. Your name equals long-term money, long-term growth. Revenue, money, it's just, that's cool for the short term, but if that's all you care about, your business will collapse in the long run. So the benefits of having a strong company culture, first things first, is improved client relationships, right? Sales reps who embrace the company's core values, whether it's whatever it is, you end up building stronger relationships with the clients. When clients feel respected and they trust their sales reps, because trust me, guys, there's a lot of shady sales reps out there. And if you own a roofing company, you already know what the stereotypes are. You already know the stigmas that we get. There's a lot of shady guys out there. So it's key to have a great sales rep that builds a positive relationship with the customer, because that will more likely lead to repeat customers, right? They will give referrals, they'll leave positive reviews, all of which are crucial in the competitive roofing industry, right? No easier sell than to sell someone who's already bought from you. And one way to keep that going is by doing good work and having a great relationship with the customer. We've heard horror stories of sales reps who come in, they're worried about the close, and after that, they just stop responding, they don't communicate, there's no follow-up, and the customer feels gotten. They feel hoodwinked, and that's not what you want. So you do want a decent sales rep that has good customer relations that can further grow your business. Second benefit is higher team morale. A unified culture builds teamwork and it boosts morale. When canvassers, reps, when they feel like they're part of a supportive team with similar values, they're more likely to be engaged, motivated, and loyal. Now, something that, this example I'm going to bring up gets a lot of bad rap, but it's very, very key and it's good to notice, right? So, for example, Andy Elliott, he always goes viral talking about, hey, man, like, if you don't have a six pack, you can't work for me. You don't go to the gym, you can't work for me. And it gets a lot of hate online. And trust me, I've been to his office. I've seen his team. I've seen how they operate. What happens is, yeah, a lot of people are going to talk crap and they're going to hate on you. But the ones that agree with you, the ones that agree with that type of mindset, they're going to be drawn to you. And what happens is you create this culture, you captivate this culture in your company where everyone is standing on one accord. It's a unified front. And believe it or not, it just makes people that much more loyal to you. Just because at this point, they're just not there for a check. They're there because they want to be there. And if they're there because they want to be there, they work a little bit harder, they work a little bit longer, they push a little bit more. And overall, this helps grow the business. Because, guys, you got to think about it like this, right? So, like, people spend 75% of their time at their job. You have to be able to like who you work with. You have to be able to relate to who you work with. If you don't like it and you don't relate, you are not going to want to be there. And if you're working somewhere where you don't want to be, you're going to give a half-ass performance. And that's what we don't want. We want you to be all in, on board, full steam ahead. And how do we get that? By creating a culture that you want to be in. And so again, guys, like creating a company culture is not easy. You're not going to do it in one day, but start today. Start today. Creating good company culture is like eating healthy. You're not going to see results the first day, but over a long period of time, you're slowly going to get the results that you want. Very, very important. All right, next one, consistency in brand representation. Roofing companies rely on sales teams to represent the brand, right? Door knockers, canvassers, you are front line. They are on front line representing your company. A team aligned in core values presents a consistent, trustworthy image to customers, enhancing the company's reputation. With a strong culture, clients will consistently experience high standards from sales interactions through project completion. Meaning, if everyone on your team delivers or strives to deliver excellence, customers will notice that. If your customer has a bad experience with someone on your team, whether it's a sales rep, canvasser, appointment setter, admin, whoever, they're going to think the whole company operates that way. And that's what you do not want. Again, guys, remember, roofing companies already suffer from a lack of trust. People don't trust roofing companies. So please don't give them a reason to not trust them, right? Like always try to strive for excellence and have everyone in your company across the board on board with that ideology. Now, the risks of ignoring company culture. One, damage to reputation. If a roofing company employs high performing sales reps who don't align with its core values, it can result in behaviors that harm client relationships and the brand's reputation. For instance, if a sales rep prioritizes revenue over honesty, they may oversell, and we see it all the time. We know sales reps who do this. They oversell, overpromise, underdeliver. Overselling and making false promises leads to customer dissatisfaction, negative reviews, and even legal issues. Now, internal conflict. Now, the next one, internal conflict and decreased productivity. Sales reps who do not adhere to the same ethical standards may create a toxic work environment. And I know toxic is like, it's like a keyword and everyone's like, oh, toxic masculinity. Yeah, right. And some people don't even take it serious because that word has become so overused. But no, in corporate America, in a workplace, toxicity is a real thing, and it can lead to lawsuits for your company. Okay, there's things that maybe on your personal life you don't think it's a big deal, but in a workplace it is a big deal, and it can cause the downfall of your company. So, a bad apple can create cancer in the workplace. Over time, this can impact productivity and can lead to increased turnover, as talented employees may leave to find companies with better culture alignment. And that's something you do not want. You know how hard it is to hire great talent. You know how hard it is to hire a killer closer. You do not want him to leave just because he just wasn't he just this was not a good fit for him. You are letting money slip through your hands if you do that. So please, like, it's one thing to bring a lot of people on board, but it's another thing to keep people on board. And you always want to keep people on board. All right. Next one, client churn and missed long-term opportunities. Sales reps who prioritize short-term gains over customer satisfaction may succeed temporarily, yes, but they won't build client loyalty. For roofing companies that rely on long-term relationships, ignoring culture fit in favor of dollar signs can result in low trust in the client base and missed opportunities for business. In other words, good for short-term money, bad for long-term money. You do not want to have a sales rep on board that damages relationships with all the client base, and now you don't have your repeat customers. You don't, guys. It's. I say this all the time. It's easy to sell a homeowner. It's hard to sell a neighborhood. You want guys that are going to sell the neighborhood, and how you do that? Building good reputation. So, why do core values matter as much as revenue? Right? A lot of people, again, they're like, oh, no, revenue is important. I just want to make money. Okay, yeah, but core values are just as important. Regardless of how much money a sales rep generates, if their core values do not align with the company's, it can definitely hurt the organization. Closing deals is important, but when reps operate without integrity or respect, they create an environment where short term gains overshadow long-term success. There's a pattern here. Like I keep bringing this up. Don't prioritize short-term money over long-term growth. This can lead to several problems. When a company allows a high performing sales rep to disregard its values, it sends a message that revenue is more important than ethics. This leads other team members to follow suit, resulting in a shift away from the company's core mission. In layman terms, one bad apple is bad because it can damage the bunch. Yeah, I'm sure there's like you have your guys who are like you maybe you prefer and you're like, oh, he's great. And you just let him get away with little things here and there. The problem is not that. The problem is not the little things he gets away with. Yes, that's a problem, but the real problem is other reps are going to see that and they're going to copy that. And now when you have instead of one, now you have 10 guys cutting corners here and there. You can quickly see how that's going to affect the company. And you do not want that. You do not want that. Both in the company and out of the company, trust is critical. Colleagues may not want to ride with a rep who is seen as difficult or who doesn't align with company values. And clients will hesitate to trust a company with inconsistent behavior. We've all been there, right? We've seen canvassers not want to ride with a rep. They don't really prefer a certain closer in the company. And yeah, maybe part of it, yeah, they're maybe they're being babies, quote unquote, but part of it is also maybe he's just not a good person to be around. And if you're in a truck with someone who you do not enjoy working with, how hard do you think you're going to work? No, you're going to try to get out of there as fast as you can. Roofing is a relationship driven industry. A culture driven sales approach breeds loyalty and repeat business, while a profit only approach may create a revolving door of customers who come once and never return. One bad sales rep can sell a homeowner, but they won't sell a neighborhood. So, in conclusion, guys, for roofing companies, a strong value driven culture in sales is non negotiable. While short term sales may seem attractive, they're unsustainable if you get them by sacrificing your values. By building a team of reps who truly believe in the company's mission, roofing companies can enhance client relationships, boost team morale, and drive long term success. Once again, this is Alexis from the Viral Roofer. Hope this quick, brief training provides some insight on why it's important for you to build company culture in your team. Very important, guys. And again, you are not going to do it all in one day. It does take time. It's like eating healthy, but the best time to start is now. So if you don't have no idea, if you don't have any idea on what core values are or whatever, you can just Google, hey, what are some good core values for a business? And whatever they say, use that as your core values. It will not be the best, it will not be the ideal, but it is a stepping stone. It is a starting point. And then through time, the more times that you see behavior that you like or behavior that you don't like, you can just add, take away, add, take away, add, take away. And then after some time, you will have your solid core value foundation. So again, this is Alexis Saran from the Viral Roofer. Thank you for tuning in. See you on the next video.